Hello everybody, super happy to be able to get to Friday and share today's message. I promised you guys I would do Tuesday's message in English for all my friends that only speak English. So I want to go ahead and share on the subject on super crucial, super important that you are always 100% you. Be yourself. In everything and anything that you do, be yourself. Be honest with yourself on who you are and literally forget all the expectations set from your community. Maybe parents, maybe society has somehow molded this image to make it seem perfect, and you have taken it and you say, you know what, I have to be like this, I have to be like that to be successful, to be happy, to achieve certain status, whatever it is that you believe in your heart that you need to become. I want you to analyze. After today's message, I want you to analyze that and say, okay, am I really supposed to be doing this? Or through me doing this, I am being 100% myself. And for that, I want to share with you two stories which I really found great. I found these stories to really help me in something that I was going through. I remember that for many years I dedicated myself to something that was the standard or the norm. My family said, you need to do this because it's what we all, my family used to say, it's what we all aspire to be. All the men from the family would love for this, to happen one day in their lives. So therefore, that's the goal that you need to set for yourself, and you have to go after it. And after having a lot of bad experiences, I came to the conclusion, and after reading these messages, these stories that I'm going to share with you, I came to the conclusion that it's important for me to discover exactly what is my natural talent that I can perfect. If I can dedicate time to it, practice it, rehearse it over and over, if I can perfect it, then I know I will be of a greater benefit to my community. So I invite you guys to go with me to the first letter of Corinthians, chapter 15. And I'm going to go ahead and start reading from this is the Common English Bible, and it's pretty easy to understand. It says like this. It says, if the foot says, your feet, if the foot says, I'm not part of the body because I'm not a hand, does that mean it's really not part of the body? If the ear says, I'm not part of the body because I'm not an eye, does that mean that it's not part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, what would happen to the hearing? And if the whole body were an ear, what would happen to the sense of smell? He goes off and it says that every part of the body serves a purpose, has functionality. Many times, a lot of us tend to strive to accomplish what other people are doing, or we tend to function in a manner that others function because we see them either being praised on social media, we see them to be appealing, we see that to be success, but we ignore completely what is our God-given design. We have a special purpose. Here on earth, you and I have a special purpose. That is 100% factual. The thing is, a lot of people live out their lives not discovering it. They don't know what that purpose is. They'll go out throughout their lives chasing dreams. And unfortunately, in today's world, through social media, we find a lot of motivation that says, hey, you know what? Go out and grind harder, work harder. The more hours you put into it, the closer you'll get to your destiny and your destination. And we unfortunately perceive that and we say, okay, yes, all I need is motivation. But in reality, what you and I may need, ask yourself this question, because I asked myself this question. I said, am I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I dedicated to something that was meant for me? Is this my life purpose? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And for me, the answer was no. You are chasing something that was kind of drawn out for you by other people, by the community around me, by a lot of things. But it was my fault because I decided to focus in on that and to go after that. But I asked myself this question and I said, wait a minute. I found the answer to be no. I'm not dedicating myself or most of my life, my time to what really is my God-given purpose. So I say to you, a lot of times we form ideas. We say, hey Cassie, how are you? It's good to see you here. A lot of times we form ideas based on social media, based on our community that surrounds us. That may be our friends, that may be family members family members, I know they mean good. I know they want for you to succeed, they want you to be happy, but sometimes their 2 cents that they put into your life isn't really for you. But that's where you and I have to have wisdom. That's where you and I have to say, you know what? Wait a minute. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And that conversation should be between you and God. I found a story that really shines some light on the subject for me in the book of Judges, chapter 9. There's a guy named Abimelech, okay? This guy, he's related, well, on his mom's side, he's related to a large group of people, and he says, I want to be their king. I want to be a king. I don't know what all that looked like in his head. I don't know why he was so attracted to, because sometimes we have to ask ourselves, why am I so attracted to a certain idea? Why do I want to become a rock star? Why do I want to become a movie star? Why do I want to become rich? Why do I want to be famous? Why do I want to... Go ahead, name whatever it is that you would like to do in your life. And ask yourself, what's the motivation? Why are you trying to become this? So this guy says, I want to be a king. And he goes and he talks to the people of this land and he says, you know what? I'm related to you. We are family. My mom is related to you guys. I'm your flesh and blood. I want to know something. Will you support me? I want to be your king and I want to overthrow, he says. I want us to overthrow the 70 people that are currently ruling over you. And the people say, okay, yeah, that's correct. We have 70 people that are ruling over us. You are our family member. Yeah, we're for that. Be king, be our king. So what they do is they help him out with money. They give him money and he hires hitmen. He hires followers. He goes out and he pays people and he says, I want you to come with me. You're going to fight with me. We're going to overthrow the current rulers of the land because I want to be king. And they say, sure, you got money, money talks. Let's do it. Let's go ahead. Long story short, they overthrow the 70 rulers of the land and they kill them. They kill him and then they name this guy king. At the end of the story, what's super sad, at the same time to me it's kind of funny, is that at the end of the story, all the people that were being ruled by this king, he ends up fighting against them. He ends up having war declared over these people and he kills a bunch of his family members. He kills a ton of people and then at the end of his life he is hurt by one of his family members, and at the end of everything everyone ends up bad. That's why I named the message Be You 100%, because we all will benefit from that. If you dedicate your life, if you are who you really are and you manifest that every single day, people won't get hurt from it. People will only receive a benefit to it. You see, there's a lot of people out there trying to be rulers, trying to be kings, trying to be in positions that maybe it's so appealing to them, but it's not who they're meant to be. And they're out there, and guess what? A lot of people are getting hurt because they're in the way of somebody who's just, hey, I'm trying to be this, I'm trying to do that. And because we see it all the time. I don't know about you, but in my news feed on Facebook, Instagram, social media, I always find quotes like work harder. If you're not up at 4 a.m. in the morning, you're not getting to your goals, and all you need to do is just, grind, hustle, do this. But what if that's not your calling in life? Think about it. There's a lot of people that I have this conversation with. They say, oh man, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. They really don't know much about what it means to be an entrepreneur. They don't understand the sacrifice. They don't understand the business side to it. They don't understand a ton of things. But they say, okay, so-and-so is an entrepreneur, or I see this on social media, I want to go after it. And unfortunately, they're doing something that God never destined them to be. So that's my message to you today, is don't make the same mistake I made for many years. For many years, I was so focused on achieving the goal that I took as my own, because society, family formed it, social media, everything influences. All those different avenues influence the idea of who I was, supposed to become. And I focused in so much on that, and honestly, you know what? I hate to admit this, but I lost so much time. I'm talking about years of chasing dreams. Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing? Joe Navarro, big hug to you, my friend. I'm glad this is helping. I lost so many years chasing dreams that weren't supposed to be, that honestly weren't my organic, authentic dreams. They were standards that I took as my own because of everything that surrounded me. Everything. I heard friends talk about this. I heard just the whole world around me influenced this, and I took it as my own. So I invite everybody who's watching this video, ask yourself, are you being 100% yourself in what you're doing? Do you love what you do? Do you wake up in the morning and say, it's another opportunity for me to live out my destiny? Or are you chasing somebody else's dream? This Abimelech guy in the book of Judges, I don't know where the heck he got the idea that he was supposed to be a king. I'm pretty sure he maybe just saw some aspect of kingship and he said, you know what? I like that flashiness. I like the fact that he lives in a big place. He might possess this, that. I don't know what really attracted him so much so that he can persuade an entire group of people to give him money, sponsor him, and follow him. He had something in his heart. He had an idea. Many times we're chasing ideas, you guys, and I'm telling you, I have gone through this, and I don't want you guys to go through the same thing. I don't want you guys to waste years of trying to achieve something, and at the end of the time when you achieve it, because let me tell you something, hard work has its payment, its reward. What I'm trying to say is, yes, if you place certain goals on your life and you say, I want to achieve this by this time frame, by this date, or this amount by a certain date, it's very likely if you're putting in the hard work and you're every day being consistent, you're going to get there. But the thing is, it's not, once you get there, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be satisfied. You're not going to be content. You're not going to be like, oh man, this is, I'm living. You're going to be so focused on chasing that dream that time is going to pass you right by. People are going to pass you right by. Opportunities will pass you right by. Yes, this is fact. Because when you're focused in on something, you are so focused that you don't see your opportunities that are surrounding you. Sometimes you may have certain opportunities that are knocking at the door for what's really your destiny, and because you're so focused on or caught up doing something, you miss out. Like I had a conversation earlier with somebody, and we were talking about relationships, and they were saying, you know what, I'm in a bad relationship. I don't like my relationship. I want to get out, but you know what? The reason I don't get out is because I don't have something else. So I said, okay, wait a minute. So this means you're still going on dates with that person that you're with. You still invest time together. You're still in a relationship, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, then when do you expect to be available for something else? When do you expect to see that opportunity and seize it if you're still holding on to something that you need to let go? And they said, well, you know what? I didn't think about that. I thought about it. Hey, man, I'm going to stick with the person until I find something else. And I said, no. That's definitely not the way to go about it. You have to put yourself in a position where you're, yes, expecting, you have this expectation, and you use faith and you believe and you say, okay, let me see, what are my opportunities that are being presented to me? Because there are opportunities for you, but it's a matter of you picking and choosing what's right. Don't spend a lot of years focused on things that aren't going to make you happy. You have to focus on what's your authentic, original dream. Because honestly, I'll tell you, I made a list early after I graduated from ASU. I made a list and I said, look, this is what I need to do. This is the time frame. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to achieve it. And let me tell you, I achieved a lot of my goals. I surpassed a lot of my goals. But when I got there, I was surprised that they didn't fill me. They didn't satisfy me. I didn't feel satisfaction. Actually, I felt kind of like robbed. How so? I felt that I had aged. I felt I dedicated so much time. I look back and I thought to myself, man, a lot of those relationships, friendships that existed in the beginning are no longer there. I lost a lot of great people because I was so focused in on something that really wasn't going to satisfy me. So to finish this message, I want to leave you with this. I want you to take this. Omar, hey, what's up, Omar? How you doing? It says, love the passion, brother. Thank you, my man. Omar, everybody, you guys got to go and connect with my brother Omar, because he is living out his destiny and he's doing great things. I love you, man. It's good to see you here. So to finish today's message, I want to tell you guys this. It's very, very important that you don't make this mistake. You want to ask yourself, what are you naturally great at? What's something that you can perfect if you dedicate time to? If you're consistent, what can you make better in your life? Ask yourself that question. Or maybe ask people who really, love you and care about you. Not people, don't go out talking about your dreams with people that are no good for your dreams. Talk to people who really love you and just say, what have you noticed over the years, over time, that I'm pretty great at naturally? What am I gifted at? And then make a note of that and begin to ponder on ideas how you can bless people with that gift. How can you help others? And when you discover how you can help others with your gifting, you'll find satisfaction for yourself, not only for yourself, but you'll find a financial blessing that'll come over your life. Why? Because listen, recently I went to a convention where there were a few millionaires and billionaires giving seminars, teaching, talking, and something that I found to be repetitive in their teachings was they said, my breakthrough point or my point where I experienced massive amounts of success financially was when I began, these entrepreneurs would say this, when we began giving so much into the people that automatically money just poured in. People were just either buying their products, consuming whatever they were selling, because they were giving into people. They were either solving problems, offering these solutions to big problems, and that's when they started to see a lot of money come into their business. So I say we need to find out how our God-gifted abilities can benefit others, and then you'll be taken care of. Don't focus on the money. Look, I'm gonna give you a confession, okay, for all those that are watching right now. After I graduated at school, my mission was money. I'm gonna make so much money, and I need to kill it, and this is how much money I need to make. I need to buy these properties, I need to do this, and I went at it. I was full of ambition. I was excited. It was crazy. It was intense. I got to that place. And guess what? It was empty. It was empty. It was empty. Now people can say, well, that's easy for you to say because you ended up achieving your goal, but honestly, guys, it wasn't worth it. It was not worth it. I'm going to repeat myself. It wasn't worth it. Why? Because I wasn't doing what I was meant to do. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you need anything, leave a comment, send me a message. I'm here to help. Have a great weekend. Be honest with yourself. Be original. Do you. Don't go out just trying fulfilling expectations, because if that expectation, you are adopting it as your own, and you feel good with it, and you're like, yo, this is what I'm about, this is what I need to do with my life, then more power to you. Go out and do that. But if you say, I'm just doing it for the money, dude, you're gonna get burned out. Trust me. You're gonna get to that figure. I don't know what the heck, I don't know what figure you're after. But if you're just in it for the money, it's not gonna work. It won't work. It's not sustainable. It's not healthy. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. Man, a few years ago, man, I was 20 years old, man. I can't believe it. And time has flown by. I chased money, man. I chased it. That's what I was all about. I gotta make that money. I gotta make that money. I gotta make that move. And honestly, guys, it's not worth it. There's a Proverbs that I love that, and I'm gonna end with this. It says, when you focus in on treasures, on riches, somehow, some way, you find them, and once you got them, you either want more or those riches just fly away from you. They just fly away from you. So I want you guys to benefit from my mistakes. Be you, dedicate yourself to what moves you, what makes you happy. Man, I know people that they're just so generous. They love to give their time. They're great listeners. They're great counselors. They're great friends. There's people that are amazing coaches. They're amazing. There's some artists. I know people that they are so artistic. They create. They're amazing. And I tell them, do that. But then they say, but hey man, but there's no money in it. And I say, listen to me. Money, you just have to learn how to live with a bit less in the beginning. But ultimately, if you're doing what you love, you're going to succeed. It's just a matter of time. If you're doing what you're supposed to do with your life, you're going to succeed. Let's not worry about the money. I'm telling you, if I can comment right now, I'd put, let's not worry about the money. Let's worry about what moves you. What are you great at? And I really pray, man, I pray that you guys hear me out and you make some changes in your life. If you're not living right, if you're not living what you're supposed to be living, let's make this change. Let's make this move. Why? Because you only live once. Honestly, that's the truth. Your life, the life of a man is here today, gone tomorrow. I pray to the Lord. I pray that I live 120 years. I hope. But I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to live. What I do know is that I have the decision to be effective or not. So the question is, are you being effective? Are you effective? Guys, it's really nice to be here and talk with you and share today's message. Share it with a friend. Let somebody know, hey, you gotta make a decision. Have a great weekend, y'all. See you.